Question 1015. An escrow agent would debit the seller of an income-generating property for which of the following? A. Prepaid insurance. B. Prepaid taxes. C. Prepaid rent. D. All of the above. Correct answer is C. Prepaid rent. Debits on closing statement are charges to the seller or buyer. In this example, the seller has collected rent in advance which needs to be turned over to the purchaser. This requires a charge or debit against the seller's account. Question 1016. The horizontal lower edge of a sloped roof is called A. Eave. B. Low point. C. Joust. D. Rafter. Correct answer is A. Eave. The projecting overhang at the lower edge of a roof is termed an eave or eaves. Question 1017. Upon the sale of a business opportunity, the seller is required to collect sales tax from the buyer on the A. Inventory included in the sale, B. Goodwill, C. Projected future earnings that will occur in the year after the sale, D. Fixtures and furniture that are part of the business. Correct answer is D. Fixtures and furniture that are part of the business. Sales tax is due on tangible assets, such as trade fixtures and furniture. Question 1018. A broker employed by the seller will owe a duty to the buyer if A. The broker's actions go beyond the scope of his agreement with the seller, B. The sale does not close, C. There is a mistake made in filing the paperwork for a sale, D. None of the above. Correct answer is A. The broker's actions go beyond the scope of his agreement with the seller. If a broker of the seller performs an act which exceeds the terms of his agreement with the seller, then the broker becomes an agent for the buyer. Question 1019. With an FHA loan, a primary benefit to a lender is A. Loan-to-income ratio is higher, B. More robust bond yields, C. Mortgage insurance, D. Alternative financing. Correct answer is C. Mortgage insurance. FHA mortgage insurance safeguards the lender from losses due to foreclosure. Question 1020. Real estate agents owe a fiduciary duty to their A. Real estate commissioner, B. Title company, C. Principal, D. Fellow salespersons. Correct answer is C. Principal. Having a fiduciary relationship does not automatically empower a real estate agent to bind the principal to a contract. The agent requires a power of attorney granted by the principal to do that. Question 1021. Broker Bart had an exclusive listing to sell an office building. Bart found a company to buy the building and arranged the transaction for a fair price. But when the seller discovered that Bart had not informed him that the purchasing company was owned by the broker's son, the seller canceled the sale. Bart now sues to compel the seller to pay him his commission for the cancelled sale. The court will likely rule A. The seller is obligated to pay broker Bart his commission under the doctrine of specific performance. B. The seller and broker Bart should compromise with the seller paying 50% of the commission. C. The seller is not obligated to pay broker Bart any commission. D. The seller is obligated to pay broker Bart a commission because Bart procured a ready, willing and able buyer. Correct answer is C. The seller is not obligated to pay broker Bart any commission. As the agent of the seller, broker Bart has a duty of loyalty which obligates him to act solely in the best interests of his principal. The duty includes avoiding any conflicts of interest that might compromise the broker's undivided loyalty to his principal's interests. Bart violated his duty of loyalty when he did not disclose his family relationship with the buyer. Question 1022. Which of the following would not be considered a good opportunity for a real estate investor? A. Good property in a declining neighborhood. B. Poor property in an up-and-coming neighborhood. C. Underperforming property. D. Cosmetically damaged property. Correct answer is a good property in a declining neighborhood. An investor with strong management skills and experience will want to work with properties, even if they are unkempt or ill-managed, as long as they are located in aspiring and promising neighborhoods. It is believed such properties can turn profitable with the right management. Question 1023. A property is listed for sale with an agreement to pay the broker a commission of 7% of the sale price. The broker decides to pay 40% of the commission to his salesman. Now, if the property sells for $650,000, how much commission will the salesman earn? A. $18,200, B. $22,000, C. $45,500, D. It is unlawful for the broker to compensate the salesman out of the commission the broker earned. Correct answer is A. $18,200. Formula. P equals WX percent. Change the percentage, 7%, to a decimal number, 0.07. P equals $650,000 times 0.07 equals $45,000. The total commission is $45,500, of which 40% of the total commission will be passed on to the salesman. Again, apply the percentage formula to determine the amount of the salesman's share. P equals $45,500 times 0.40 equals $18,200. Question 1024. If rises are seen in both the employment rate and overall consumer confidence, then the following will likely occur in the next several months, except A. Personal income will go up, B. New home construction will rise, C. Existing home sales will increase, D. The stock market will rise by at least 15%. Correct answer is D. The stock market will rise by at least 15%. The employment rate and consumer confidence are both reliable indicators of how the economy is doing. When they go up, it is likely that consumers have more money to spend and existing home sales and construction will move upward. The stock market is much harder to predict, and can move downward or upward independent of the general economy. Question 1025. Proposition 58 excludes from tax reassessment property that transfers between blank, A. Government agencies, B. Government and privately owned businesses, C. Parent and child, D. Public universities. Correct answer is C. Parent and child. Proposition 193 provides protection similar to Prop 58 for property transferred between grandparents and grandchildren. These propositions allow the new property owners to avoid property tax increases when acquiring property from their parents or children or from their grandparents. Question 1026. Stan conveys an apartment to Ian for 3 years. After the 3 years are up, Ian continues to live in the apartment and Stan does not try to have him evicted. The parties now are said to have A. Tenancy for years, B. Tenancy for non-freehold estate, C. Periodic tenancy, D. No tenancy exists of any kind. Correct answer is C. Periodic tenancy. The parties will continue under a periodic tenancy that was created by implication, the period of which will be equal to the period of rent payment intervals.